Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, Judy Interviews, and today I'm back for another video for the Walking Dead Daryl Dixon spinoff series. We're going to be talking about some new set photos that released, as well as the question, do we think that CRM will have a major involvement in the first season of the Daryl show, or will they not have anything to do with it? Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for The Walking Dead Raise the Dead. This one is going to be talking about the Daryl Dixon Walking Dead spinoff series and a few photos and a few behind the scenes set pictures that we did get for the Daryl series. So, some of you guys are asking me what my thoughts were on some of the filming news and some of the behind the scenes photos that we did get. So I figured, you know what, let's, do a video middle of the week, Wednesday, why not? Not too much Walking Dead news for right now, but there are a lot of really nice visuals and a lot of really cool kind of photos that released for this Daryl show that I did want to discuss. So, as you guys know, and if you haven't, watched some of the other videos to the Daryl Dixon spinoff series, I'll make sure to kind of let you guys know again. I am very, split with this series right now. I love the idea of the show being in France. I love the idea of, expanding the world of The Walking Dead and going to these other locations, because one of the big things about the main Walking Dead is that the show has always been so condensed. It's always been so just, US, that's it, nothing else. And, we've been stuck in the US for about, over a decade now in the Walking Dead franchise, right? Aside from like, a little bit of Mexico stuff and Fear the Walking Dead, for the most part, we've been reserved to like just the US in the Walking Dead franchise, which is not all bad. We've had 13 years pretty much of constant Walking Dead content in the US, but now they're spreading their wings a little bit, which I think is really good. So getting a series in France, I think, is a fantastic idea. And I'm going to say one thing, and now that leads me to some of these photos. Some of the visuals in this show, you see like the horse and buggy. You see some of the new characters that are in this show. I know there's a few new actors here that they did announce. And you see Daryl there as well, too. And it looks really cool. I love some of the photos of like the zombies, too. Like, they're kind of like flooding the streets and stuff. It's pretty cool. And I do definitely hope that the budget for this show is as good as it's looking, because so far it looks like they have a decent enough budget to be able to do a lot of, really nice city shots and a lot of really cool stuff. And that's one of the things that you're going to need for this show. You're going to need a high budget, that's for sure. There is no way around that. You're going to need a good budget, and you're going to need, a lot of really cool visuals. And France is a beautiful place to film. So you've got all that covered. My problem comes in with this series is the concept and the actual writing behind it, and that's when my issues come in. Reasons why I'm also not excited for this show is because the way they describe it, first of all, not having Melissa McBride there as Carol is really unfortunate, but then the story has been revealed to us in certain descriptions, and it's said many times that Daryl ends up being captured in France, and he doesn't know how he is going to get back home, but he's also struggling with the idea of, does he belong back in Alexandria with his people, or does he belong here with these people? So you see what I'm saying? Like, that's the one problem I have with this show, is like, it sounds like Daryl is not sure where he belongs. And given all the time that he spent with our Walking Dead crew, it seems very odd to me that he would not be sure whether or not he should go back home or he shouldn't go back home. And it seems like forced writing just to keep him here for a few seasons of this show. Same thing with, Morgan and Fear the Walking Dead. I've questioned many times why he hasn't gone back to Alexandria with the crew. But again, it's to force the series out, And it sounds like that's what they're going to be doing with Daryl in this France show. But, like I said, the visuals in this show are really good, and I will say, a lot of what they've been filming so far, from what it looks like, looks really exciting, Now, my biggest question for the Daryl show, and it's the main thing I wanted to really go through in this video, is because are we going to see the CRM be involved in this show in any way, shape, or form? Because we always kind of assume that the CRM would have an involvement in this show, and they would have some sort of, inclusion in this series. But I'm looking at these photos, and I'm kind of seeing like, okay, but, I'm seeing a lot of horse and buggy. I'm seeing a lot of, kind of city shots, and I've heard a lot about how apparently the main villain of this series is supposed to be this like like strip club owner. At least that's what I've heard. And I've also seen some other leaked photos a few months back of like nuns in this show. So again, nothing really right now is screaming CRM at all, you know? So if this show doesn't have anything to do with CRM, then who are the people that took Daryl and put him in France, you know? Because I was under the impression that we were going to get, you know, CRM related stuff because, again, there was the post credit at the end of The Walking Dead World Beyond where we saw the French people in France and, you know, we saw some of that stuff and they were watching the Jenner video and stuff. So I always kind of assumed that, you know, this would be something to do with CRM, but maybe CRM is something that comes later on. Maybe it's a few seasons down. But I am starting to get the idea that maybe Daryl got to France in a different way. Either that or Daryl did get captured by CRM and was taken to France, and then maybe in the pilot episode he ends up escaping and meeting these people in the city. That could be it. It could be that CRM took him to France. He managed to escape because it is Daryl at the end of the day. And, you know, he escapes and then, you know, runs into these people. And that's why we're not seeing any kind of footage of filming with the CRM, is because it was very short lived in the pilot. You know, maybe that's what it is, because I don't understand how else it couldn't be CRM, right? Somebody has to have a way to be able to, you know, have that transportation to take him all the way to the other side of the world. So, and we know that CRM has helicopters, and we know they have, you know, high functioning stuff. So unless there's another group out there that has that sort of stuff, I see only one reason why Daryl would be in France, and it's because CRM took him because they have the stuff to be able to do that, you know. So I don't know. That's just kind of my assumption. But in terms of the visuals for this show and the first set photos with all the new characters and stuff, it looks really cool so far. It looks unique. Like I said, visually, I think this show is really going to succeed, and I'm excited to see what they have for the Daryl Dixon Walking Dead spinoff series, which right now they're calling Raise the Dead, but we'll see, you know, if they continue to call it that or if they'll change the title or whatever it is. But for now, it's called Raise the Dead. So anyway, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos for The Walking Dead and Raise the Dead. Make sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Walking Dead spinoff series. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.